let's talk about Super Launcher. If you're in IT, Super Launcher would be a great program for you to use day to day. I use it nearly every day inside my environment. So, why would I use Super Launcher? Well, commonly inside of IT environments, you have two sort of accounts. You have your normal account, which is primarily used for your web access, your email, any sort of basic shares and printers that you might use. Your second account would be your admin account. Your admin account is things that allows you to access your network switches, your servers, other network devices, your firewall, and typically doesn't have internet access for security reasons. This is where Super Launcher comes in. Super Launcher allows you to dock your admin based programs that need your admin account and will open it as your admin account whenever you need it. So for example, let's say you're logged in as your normal account and you need to access DHCP. I don't know how often you're accessing DHCP, but you don't want to have to maybe want to type in your admin credentials every time that you launch DHCP or Active Directory if you're resetting a lot of users' accounts. So what you'll do then is you would want to install Super Launcher. You would then add Active Directory users and computers to your Super Launcher dock. Then every time you go to launch Active Directory, it launches it as your admin account, and boom, you can reset users' passwords without consistently having to log in as your admin account. So as we can see, here's some main applications that you would want to put inside of your Super Launcher dock. Some things can consist of your disk cleanup, your DHCP, DNS, Active Directory, and so on. Next up, Super Launcher also has the ability to launch an Explorer, a Windows Explorer. And this is actually pretty freaking sweet because what this allows you to do is if you ever need to go into like a DFS root and modify permissions, maybe you don't want to log into the server, RDP into the server, and then go to the drive and right click properties and so on. So what this allows you to do is the admin account that you have Super Launcher set to run as, if you open up the Explorer, you can then backslash into your server's host name or IP address, backslash into the drive such as $C$, $D$, or even the admin share, and you're accessed in just like you got your normal admin access. So that's pretty awesome. You can also run your typical programs just like you do Windows R. So if you wanted to run like regedit or something like that, if you were to run that for Super Launcher, then that would run regedit as your admin account without ever needing to type in your credentials. It's perfect. And then here are just some settings that we'll go over in regards to Super Launcher. So first, let's exit out of these screenshots. You can see that I have Super Launcher already running. The first time you launch it, it might be kind of hard to find. Because typically, if you look in the bottom right hand corner, you can see this little caret. This little caret will show you your hidden icons, which Super Launcher is typically in. I just like to drag that out here so I can easily click on that. Now, to use Super Launcher, super duper easy. You just click on here, and the dock pops up. You click on it, dock goes away. Or you can click on this, click off, the dock goes away. Now, you can see that I already have a few programs here. Command Prompt, PowerShell, and BattleNet. BattleNet is a program that's utilized for gaming. This is my personal machine, so I don't have a lot of admin utilities on it quite yet. So, if we open up Command Prompt here, we can see that this opens up a normal Command Prompt window. But, what I can do inside of Super Launcher, if I click on the little icon, click on the More button, and then click Elevate, prompt for a secure screen, and I just say yes. So if you've ever seen those secure screens inside of Windows where it's like, are you sure you want to run this? Just click yes. So now, if we click on the Super Launcher icon once again, we can see that this icon has changed from a normal person to a shield. And what this means is this is running in an elevated mode. So now if I open up Command Prompt again, we can see that it's running as an administrator. What this does is if I were to typically open up Command Prompt, I can then right click, run as administrator, and that is essentially what Super Launcher is doing when I run as elevated for any program I have inside my dock. So let's explore Super Launcher a bit more. We're going to click on Super Launcher, and we're going to want to add a shortcut. So what we'll do to add a shortcut is we'll click on the plus icon, and we got putty, and then we'll put putty inside of this here. So Now we have PuTTY inside of our dock. Perfect. If I open up PuTTY, I can type in an IP address, just like normal, and go from there. Let's explore some more settings in regards to Super Launcher. If I click on Super Launcher, More, Run As, we can see some of those options that we saw inside of the Windows Store screenshot. In here is where you would type any sort of account that you want Super Launcher to run as. So this does not necessarily even have to be your admin account. This is just the best use case scenario for using Super Launcher, is to run things as an admin account versus another account. So if I had a separate account, it'd be first.last.admin. Now type in my admin account here. Now, always start with these credentials means that if I were to start Super Launcher right now without having this checked, it will run as my normal account. But if I put credentials in here and clicked always run as with these credentials, that means that it will use those credentials all the time. Always start elevated. What this means is it will always essentially do the right click run as admin on every sort of program that I have inside the Super Launcher dock. Run at startup. This is self-explanatory. When you log in, Super Launcher will prompt to run, and it will run. We'll cancel out of that. Now, we saw in a screenshot that we can open up Explorer inside of Super Launcher. Let's do that. So if we click on this little folder icon, this launches Explorer as any sort of account that you have set in there, as your admin account. As I mentioned before, if you have a server that you want to be able to access the C drive or D drive or whatever your drives are, you can // put your host name in here, $. And if you were to do that, that would allow you access to right click, run thing, view properties, just as I do here. Now, one thing that's actually new with Super Launcher is if I were to have some sort of program that I want to run or some sort of document that I want to do, I can hit open with command prompt, or I can hit open with whatever program I have inside my dock, which is actually really cool. So if I had Notepad++ in there, I could easily open up Notepad++ from inside of here, and it will run just like if you selected it inside this dock. Now, let me show you the other option that we saw inside the screenshot, the run option. So as we can see here, this looks like the normal Windows run, and it essentially is. So if I wanted to type in regedit here, this will run elevated as my normal account, which on my personal machine is also an admin. Boom, regedit. That is freaking perfect. If you're even needing to connect to a registry on another computer, this is perfect because you can do that and you can run regedit and then go here and connect to a network-based registry. We're going to cancel out of that. Now that we got the basics of Super Launcher down, let me explain some of the shortcuts. Now, if I wanted to do that running program, instead of having to consistently go here and go to the run, if I hit Alt-S, I can do a search, and I will also put it right here in the middle. There are other shortcuts that you can sort of use inside of Super Launcher as well, but they are all listed on the GitHub. So, let me show you where you can find more info about Super Launcher. If I open up Firefox here, and I go to belowaverage.org, we can see other programs that are created by Below Average. Let's look at those. Big one here that we've been talking about is Super Launcher. Super Launcher is open source. You can view it from anywhere. You can go to the GitHub here, so we'll go to the GitHub. There's other information about Super Launcher, so if you have any sort of questions or whatever, you can definitely do that. So that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.